Playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Strap in, the first of 3 on this Sunday. What a day we have in store. Super Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow.
Now Hall to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mahomes now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He had over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of this wild card game. Now Mahomes. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Here's Mahomes to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
2nd down in the yard. They'll go again with Hall. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Mahomes takes it himself, and this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Dolphins will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Point after, right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. To the air, Williams. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just looking the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Play action. Now Williams. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. And a huge play that time. 48 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. Now a handoff up the middle. Pittman. And some room to maneuver. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 24 yards to gain there. Another 1st down as well. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Set for the second quarter, San Diego in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Up the middle they go. Pittman. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown! George Pickens from 10 yards out. And the Desperados are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
When you give up a long touchdown drive, you're looking for a silver lining. In this case, it's the fact that your offense had a chance to rest, and now they can come out in the field charged up and ready to go.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Mahomes going to throw. That is caught downfield by Harrison. He's still on his feet. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 77 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run with Hall. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Collectively, great defense. It takes all 11, especially down here toward the goal line.
The call comes in, and the call essentially says all 11 have to make a play here. You have to show toughness. We just saw it there.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Nico Collins, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. He took the hit when he threw that ball. Maybe the O-line just thankful that that worked out for a touchdown.
Yeah, because, you know, their pride is don't let that guy get hit, no matter what, under any circumstances. But anytime it pays off in a touchdown, they'll figure out how to block a little bit better going forward.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game, without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
Off the play fake, it's Williams. Here's one deep for Pickens. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 37. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
To throw, it's Williams. Forced out to his left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, here's Williams. There's Chris Olave. And down inside the 15 he goes. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Straight ahead, Walker. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Kenneth Walker, 14 yards. And the Desperados are an extra point away from drawing level. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Shedding the tackle, that gives him some room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. Touchdown, Dolphins. Marvin Harrison Jr. from 21 yards away. And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Looking to throw is Williams. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? but I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Dances by him. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Carry over from the first half. That defensive line continues to control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're actually playing the game in the offense's backfield. They're taking those offensive linemen and pushing them back towards the quarterback and towards the runners. I still don't think, though, that you abandon the running game totally, because if you do, you're asking for a lot more hits on your QB.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They'll go play action here with Williams. He sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 42 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Williams going to sneak it. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Walker is in for a touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, Riblett, Riblett.
Now here's Mahomes. Oh, wide open, complete. Down the right sideline. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Breece Hall, 79 yards. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are all tied at 28. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing is Williams. Throw left side complete. That's Barnett. 3rd and 5. Now a handoff up the middle. Pittman. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
To throw, Williams. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. middle they go. Pittman. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Gets this out wide to Pickens. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. And the tight end goes in motion left. Working out of the gun, Williams. His throw incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. That is caught. Touchdown. George Pickens. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Desperados have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 2nd and 2.
Yellow.
A give running right is Hall. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Yellow.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
Mahomes now to throw. And a for a right side here, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Got a man. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Yellow. Right side.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Yellow, yellow. Right side.
Here's Hall again. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6. And check down complete to Hall. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And it's intercepted at the goal line. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, he picked it in the end zone. They're glad he brought it out all the way across midfield into enemy territory.
And don't think for a second that some teammates didn't tell him to stay in the end zone, right? What he did there, to me, was the equivalent of baseball running through the third base coach's signal to stop at 3rd. And
it's only good if you're safe.
And he ended up, to me, this counts as safe. That's a great return.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
They'll try the left side. Pittman might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Here's Williams. He finds his man, complete. That's Barnett. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, 4th quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. He's doing that in this game.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Ken Walker saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Desperados have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Yellow.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Easy.
Now Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And then with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
A big play looming on 3rd down.
Yellow.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Mahomes to throw once more. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Marvin Harrison Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Yellow. Stinting, yellow. Hey, rip list.
Mahomes. And he will get into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Olave over the middle.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
And, boy, here's a sight you don't want to see. Ken Walker injured on that last play.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Now a handoff up the middle. Pittman. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Try to take this home. They'll run.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And on now is the punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Here's 1st and 10.
Right. Yellow. Return.
Mahomes. Flushed out right.
That is caught downfield by Harrison.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
15.
Mahomes.
Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to advance to the divisional round. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So nothing of importance there, just the season on the line, and he puts it home to likely get him through to the division round.
If you're a fan, you're watching this one with your hands over your eyes. But if you're a kicker, this is what you practice for all season long. And this one was never in doubt.
Here's 1st down.
Yellow. Right.
One final try from Mahomes. Being chased out left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
This ball intercepted.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter.